you doing, Manginas? Tangy Toddler here, bringing you guys Kill Confirmed on Erosion, and welcome to Girlfriend Stories episode 28. A lot of you guys have submitted questions. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to those today because I have actually personal stories that are going on in my life. So first, I want to address my little video about me quitting YouTube. And thank you guys for all the great feedback. I loved it. Almost a ton of you guys commented, a bunch of likes on it, and so it just kind of gave me a little bit more of a boost. So you guys helped me to get back into the groove. I think I was just going in a funk, and it wasn't even YouTube. It wasn't just YouTube. Like right now, it's not like I'm depressed at all or anything like that. But it's just like, what am I doing like right now? What am I doing in my life? But I'm gonna keep up with YouTube. So thank you guys for the support. Hopefully you guys keep enjoying my content like you are so far. So let's get into the girlfriend stories. I'm super hungover, so I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna do these out of orders because I have a good story from last night. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you should. The link will be in the description. And last night I had a little Twitter fun. I think I posted my phone number last night, so that was awesome. But anyway, so last night, it's Halloween weekend, right? So, question of the day, what are you guys doing for Halloween? What are you dressing up as? I'm Ron Swanson last night. And if you guys don't know who Ron Swanson is, look up the show Parks and Recreation, or just type Ron Swanson into YouTube or Google. You'll find a ton of shit. So anyways, that's who I went as, and I was having a ton of fun. We didn't leave the house for like a long time. Like we started pretty late. I was pretty hammered though already. So we went to this house party, and I was playing beer pong. And I went with a bunch of people that I knew. There was about 8 of us. And so I was having a great time. Me and Nicole, if you guys remember Nicole from the past stories, which I have another story about her in a second. Me and her were playing beer pong together, and we were owning shit. We beat 3 teams. She was pretty good at beer pong. I was really impressed. Usually, like, when I play with a girl at beer pong, they're usually just really bad, and it's just like a social thing more than actually trying to win. But she was really good. She hit a couple game winners, so I was like, what the fuck? That's awesome. So anyways, the first time we played, there were 2 freshman kids, and they were talking shit, and they, because they just beat one. They had these stupid ass rules, so I was kind of talking shit back to them. Like beer pong is that's the time to talk shit to people. So anyways, we played them. We played this second team, and we beat them. We played the last team, who Nicole's actually friends with them. We beat them as well. So then we were like, okay, let's just go to the bars. So the group of us, we went to the doors to go leave, and there's this guy that was one of the guys that played me in the second game, and he's like looks at me and he's like, "Do you have a problem with me?" And I'm like, no. I'm like, who are you? Like, I don't even know you. Why would I have a problem with you? He's like, well, that's not what my friend said. You were talking shit at the beer pong table. I'm like, dude, I was like, I'm not talking shit about you. He's like, well, you're talking shit about the last 2 teams. I'm like, yeah, the first team I was talking shit about. Like, they're a bunch of freshmen, like, making up fucking rules. And he just wouldn't stop. And, like, so then finally I said, I don't have a problem with you, but I will soon. I was like, if you keep egging me on like this. And so then one of my friends, she was trying to tell him, like, he's a really good guy about me. He's a really good guy, like, he's not trying to fight with you at all. He's just saying, you know. And so he's like, well, if he's so nice, why is he egging on? I'm like, bro, like, what's your problem? Do you have a problem with me? And so it kept going back and forth, and he's like, I was like, who are you? And he's like, well, who are you? And I'm like, I was like, I don't know, I'm Ryan. I was like, I don't know you, that's the point. Like, I don't know who you are. Why do I have a problem with you? Like, what's your deal, dude? And I was like, I'm just trying to drink and have fun tonight. Sweet, though. So anyways, he's like, I know the people here at the party. And I'm like, sweet, bro. I'm glad. Have fun with that. Like, I don't know. I know everybody around us right now. And so then this guy comes up, and I mean, we're arguing, but we're not, like, yelling at each other. I wasn't even trying to get in a fight with this kid. And this guy comes up to me, this little Ronald McDonald fucker. And he comes up to me, like grabs me, and I'm like, well, who are you? He's like, I live here. He's like, you're getting kicked out. I'm like, fine. I was like, I'm going to the bars anyways. I don't want to be here. So then I just stormed out, and I was like, I just got kicked out of a party about beer pong. Like, is that a thing? Is it like, what did I do? I was so confused. It's awesome, though. But it didn't really ruin my night, but I was just kind of pissed off in that moment. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how did I deserve to get kicked out? If anything, the fucker that was arguing with me, like, he started it. I didn't do shit. I'm just not going to let somebody run smack on me and not say a thing. So anyways, we went to the bar, and, like, we showed up at the bar late. I wish we would have left sooner. I only got, like, 1 drink. I didn't buy it. My friend actually bought it for me because I got kicked out. He was like, here. He's like, you had a rough time there. Here you go. I was like, all right, Dad. I'm going to get kicked out of more parties now if I get free drinks from it. But, yeah, so then after that, I just went to the bar for an hour. Then went back home. Not home, my home, like another place, friend's house, and slept on the couch. And that was pretty much it for that night, and I'm in pain right now, and I have to go actually leaving here soon to go tailgate, because it's our homecoming weekend, so it's just a mess. So, I don't completely, I remember I did a girlfriend stories, and I recorded it, and I didn't actually record my audio. It was a really good one. It was right after the events, because right now I'm kind of doing like a blank of what actually happened. I know the most part, but okay, I do actually remember. So anyways, I talked about Nicole in past stories. The girl I had a thing with high school, and I wish I would have chose her over somebody else. She started dating somebody and stuff like that. And I talked about her recently. I said like I'm not really into her, and it's one of those things where yeah, I'd like her if she likes me, but I'm not gonna like. I don't really care that much. One of those things, like, I'm not putting, I don't know, I just, I'm not putting my, I don't know, how should I word this? Like, I like her, but I don't really care that much if I date her or do anything with her. So, like, I'm just fine with friends. And anyway, so, I hang out with her about every weekend, and, a couple weekends ago, I went and hung out with him. And every time it's just kind of like drama stuff. Like, she always has drama in her life, I feel like. And it's about her ex who she broke up with like 5 months ago. Like, get over the dude. Like, what the fuck? And so, anyway, so I'm with my friends. I'm with my dude friends. We're at a party, and then we're going to bars. And she's like, come hang out with us. Come hang out with us. Like, you need to come hang out with us. I want to see you tonight. And I'm like, okay, I'll come find you. So I'm like, what bar are you at? And they're like, a Stas, which is the gayest name for a bar of all time. Like, I don't know why I went there. So she's like, okay, I'm at a Stas. So I'm like, okay, I'll head over right now. I get to the Stas, and they're not even there. And I'm like, really? Like, you text me to hang out with you, and then you're not even at the bar that you told me you're at? Like, I don't know. That's kind of gay. And so I texted her, like, she didn't answer her call, so I texted her roommate, and I'm like, hey, where are you? I'm like, Nicole told me to meet her here, and she's not even here. She's like, well, I'm at Patty's. I'm like, she's like, I don't know where Nicole's at. I was like, okay, I'll just come to Patty's. And Nicole was there anyways. But Nicole, like, she invited me to hang out with them, like, from my other friends. Like, I wish I wouldn't have hung out with them. I wish I would have hung out with my other friends. And so she was just like sick. Like, she wasn't like sick, like puking sick or like too much to drink sick. She just said she just didn't feel good, and she was in a bad mood. And like, but anyways, we danced with each other, and so she like invited me over and stuff like that. And oh, I remember what happened the night before, because the reason I bring up like I like her and I don't really care too much. The night before, she kissed me and she held my hand. So I'm like, what? Like, do you like me? Like, I don't quite understand. And so, and then that next night, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll see. Well, maybe we'll see what she does tonight. And so we go back to her place, and usually she like comes out, and like I sleep on the futon. She comes out for like an hour or so, and we just watch TV and we talk. And so that night she's like, I'm just going to bed. I don't feel very good. I'm like, okay. So I was watching Sports Center on the futon, and her roommate had a guy over. And so, anyways, he comes out and like turns the light on, unlocks the door, and goes back to bed. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who just does that? Like, I mean, I'm trying to sleep out here, and somebody just fucking turns the light on. And all of a sudden, this guy comes in, and I didn't have time to see who it was. He got in, shut off the light, and went straight to Nicole's room. And I'm like, oh my god, it's his ex, her ex rather. And I'm like, really? Like, I think the other night, like, you made out with me, and then you like held my hand, and like, it wasn't a big deal. But I'm like, why did you invite me to come hang out with you when I didn't even hang out with you? Like, I would have much rather hung out with my other friends. But it wasn't a big deal. And then the next weekend, I hung out with them, which I don't know why. I told my friend, I was like, dude, just like, I don't want to hang out with them. They're like a fun sponge. They like suck up all the fun. Crocodile Fun D. And so I hung out with them, and well, we met them. Like, me and my friend were hanging out, and then I'm like, hey, where you at? And because he just left me, and I was with the girls, and they were fine. They were actually fun that night. But anyway, so then I needed a place to stay. And they stayed at this place, this apartment. Actually, it was the same apartment I got kicked out of. I stayed there like a couple weekends before. And I'm like, because they're really, like, dude, like, you guys, like, just sleep over. Just hang out with us tonight. And I'm like, well, I don't know where Chris is, so I might as well. Like, I have nowhere else to sleep. And the reason they brought, like, they were so eager to get me in there. And the reason is because that is her ex's place. So I was, sorry I froze there. I think theater mode, I cut it off. But I was used to be a thing to make him jealous. I was used as a thing to make him jealous, like another guy there with Nicole, and I was there to make him jealous. And I'm like, wow, I was so mad when I found that out. When I clicked it, I didn't even think about it until we got in there. I'm like, son of a bitch, this is her ex's place. No wonder they wanted me to come up so bad. So I got pissed. Hold on, my friend's calling. So I'm gonna end this commentary kind of early. I'll get to you guys' questions for the next girlfriend story. So stay hairy, manginas, and I'm not quitting to YouTube. Yeah.